when did you fall in love with like women in hip hop?
And we're recording. I have a fun one. I have a fun little one for you. However, I do think you're going to guess it, like very easily. But I just thought it was very funny. Okay. Y'all be out here trauma bonding. Misery love company. Like, bitch, I let you keep your nigga. What else do you want from me?
Like, what the fuck? Hurt and miserable.
Yes. It's hurt and miserable.
I was
which
like,
initially when it wasn't one of my favorites on the album. But I've been going back to it a lot lately. It's such a good song, you know?
So good.
Why did I think it was gonna be about H&M the store? What? Stop.
I thought it was gonna be about like I think like BDSM.
Yeah, something like that.
That
would have been also an interesting twist. You got that really quickly though. I'm very proud of you.
I listen to that song all the time.
Okay, that's why. Because I'm like, I don't think you've ever gotten one that quickly.
Hey, not too much. I'm just
kidding.
Okay. I feel like you're going to get mine kind of quickly too, but we'll see.
Okay, I'm going to close my eyes because I love to get the full effect.
I'm trying to like pick a part in the song where it's like, I feel like you're not going to know. Okay. Now who's that peeking in my window? Nobody, cause I live in the penthouse. Baby, I'm sorry, but I'm sexy. And all I want you to do is just bless me. Let's see, this kid that I'm waiting on. He said he loves when my jeans look painted on.
Okay, so I know that this is Remy Ma, right?
Yes.
And so, is it conceded?
It's conceded.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
It was conceded.
I low-key, I love that song. That's
Me too.
An excellent song.
I was like, something that has been popping up on my TikTok page is like songs that have to be played at weddings.
Yes.
And I was like,
that's your one? That's your song that has to be played?
Not my song in particular, but I was
somebody's?
Like, I'm going to start putting a playlist together.
What is your don'ts? Like, what are your don'ts? Like, absolutely no play. Because some people are like, no Taylor Swift. No single ladies, no Bruno Mars. Like, what's your don'ts?
I mean, like, I think it's just like music that I generally don't like no country music.
Okay.
Probably won't be any Taylor Swift.
No Taylor Swift. She's on the no. She's on the no list.
I would probably say that I wouldn't do Afro beats like that.
No Afro beats? Is your fiance not African?
He's African. So that's why I said I would. Like I'm like Afro beats like I'm like Afro beats light. Like I'm like WizKid mood.
Okay,
WizKid like Essence.
We can't get into no Rema. We're not doing Rema or anything like that. We're gonna keep it light, like WizKid.
All I can give you is Burna Boy.
Burna Boy.
I can give you Burna Boy.
We have to have the palatable Afro beats, the ones that's crossed over the oceans.
It sounds horrible when you say that, but yes.
Hey, look, everything not for everybody. Okay,
I get it.
I can guarantee you at my wedding, there probably will be no Afro beats. Like, I hate to say
some people don't like Afro beats.
I'm sorry, but there won't be. And people are going to hate when it turns into karaoke night. For me, I get on the fucking mic.
Like, it's like the freestyle shuffle. Like, you just hear your phone is like, I don't care, whatever it is.
People are going to be very upset when we just put my phone on shuffle and they have to just listen to what the fuck I want to listen to, okay? Exactly. I don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Exactly.
Okay, hi everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Where My Girls At. Do you want to know something funny? Not funny,
what's up?
But just interesting that I just realized when we published our last episode, we have done 100 episodes of this show.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
100 episodes. Can you believe that?
We had a 100th episode.
We literally didn't even know it. I honestly, it didn't even cross my mind, to be honest. 100 episodes later. Think of how much our lives have changed since 2020.
Yo, all this stuff that has been coming out of like pandemic was 5 years ago. I'm like the pipeline
that is
from
crazy.
like 23 to like 20,
Man.
like what?
5 years ago, it doesn't even seem
It doesn't
real.
even seem real.
It doesn't seem real to me that it was
Yeah.
5 years ago. But yeah, this episode, when it releases, it'll be episode 101. And what I'm going to do, we are putting out a survey. We're putting out a
Ooh.
survey because we want to hear from you guys. What do you like? What do you want to hear more of? What, like, we just want to always be improving our show. And
For
we want to
sure.
always cater to all of our listeners. And thank you for everybody who listens to this show.
Yes, thank
Obviously,
you.
yeah, no, that was just so cool to me that we've been able to
That
do
is
this
cool.
for 100 episodes and that there's still something to talk about.
Yeah.
I think that in
Like
itself
sort
is
of
a win.
certified yappers.
No, for real. Like, and listen, if I can do one thing, if I can do anything in this life,
Yeah.
it is that.
So
So
yeah.
yeah, so that's really cool. Should we
That
get
is
into
cool.
should we get into some hot topics?
Yeah.
Maybe, you know what? And I'm just thinking aloud. Maybe we should
Talk
put
to me.
together like a best of episode, like a bonus episode of just like
Ooh.
my favorite moments, or
like
I
best
edit
moments.
together like best moments from all 5 years. God, that's gonna be a lot of work, but I'll figure it out.
I'm like, we can remember certain episodes that we did that were funny.
I could definitely, for me, all it would take is for me to just like, because I've archived like all of the clips that we've ever like posted
Mhm.
on social media. Like, I have all of them. So I'm like, I could just
Mhm.
go back through those. It would just take me like a weekend to do the
Mhm.
whole thing and edit it together in a way that isn't just sloppy. But it could be fun. It could be
No,
fun.
that could be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay. Get into
yeah.
some hot topics. First of all, we have so much Doechii news to
I was
talk
about to
about.
say.
It
She's
is
been everywhere.
She has been everywhere, but I feel like we need to work up to that because there is so much. I think we need to talk about the Oscars.
Okay.
I think we need to talk about the Oscars. So the Oscars were what, like a week or 2 weeks ago at this point? And they did a tribute to James Bond. I believe it was for what, 50 years of James Bond, or
I'm not
maybe
sure.
75 years of James Bond. It was a tribute to the whole series, and so they had Lisa from Blackpink.
Okay, who
yeah.
is Lisa? Like, I feel like
Hey, look.
Okay.
They've been attacking me for days on end on Instagram because I dared talk about Jenny being a culture vulture. You would not believe the things they have called me.
No, really?
If you go and look at the comments of that Instagram post, I have been arguing with people for days because they won't accept.
Fighting for your life.
They won't accept that I, a Black person, do not care about non-Black people's opinions about hip hop. I think people are really, 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 that is getting lost on so many people.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine why. Anyway, Lisa and Jenny were both in a K-pop girl group called Blackpink. But then the group broke up and now they're releasing solo albums. Lisa performed at the Oscars. Also, Ray performed at the Oscars. And Doja Cat performed at the Oscars.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, how did that come about? Like, how did they all get asked to do this?
Yeah, I have no idea. It felt like, I don't know, like a bit random. But...
It really did. I know they have a song together. They have a song together on Lisa's most recent, her solo album. They have a song together.
Okay.
I think we talked about it. Uninteresting.
Uninteresting,
The whole thing was very uninteresting. Here's what I think, and I'm just speculating. I think there's going to be, okay, so here's what I know. I know that Amazon Prime, or Amazon, the company, now has the rights to the Bond franchise.
Oh,
so
really?
To me, I think that just happened recently. To me, that says there's a new Bond movie coming. There's going to be a new James Bond.
Probably.
And he might be, what white people would call a DEI hire. It might be Idris Elba. I'm just speculating. And so what if this was the warm-up to our new Bond theme song?
Oh, I could see that.
And it's going to be Doja Cat, or I think if it was going to be somebody, it should be Ray. Because did you know she could sing like that?
No,
I had no clue. That bitch got some pipes on her, okay?
Had no idea.
No idea. Anyway, what did you think of Doja Cat's performance? That's all I really care about.
No, yeah, I skipped to Doja Cat.
I did.
I was like, who are these people?
You said forward.
Forward, but no, I thought she did a good job. I
Yes.
liked her hair. Like
Her
she has
hair
a
is
nice
really interesting now, isn't
Justine.
it?
Yeah, like it fits her.
It
But
really
like
does.
I thought the performance was great. I loved her like metallic
Wasn't it so
dress.
cute?
Yeah, no. So I thought she did a good job. I feel like she always does that like on live performances.
She's an incredible live performer. People were
Mhm.
talking shit about her. They
Oh,
were
why?
like, this is awful. It's pitchy. She's off. And then she made a post on Instagram and it was really sad. She was like, I know people didn't like this, but I really had fun and I just wanted to try something new and I had so much fun too. I was like,
That's so
why
sad.
would y'all do that to her?
She's never coming out again.
She was just having fun and I thought it was, I like, okay, granted. Is she a vocalist? No. But
Yeah.
I don't think anybody was expecting her to be. I certainly
Right.
wasn't when I was
Right.
watching this. I thought she was amazing. No,
She's
the
there for the vibe. She's there for the
vocals
vibe.
weren't great, but if you ask me, neither were Eartha Kitt's. Eartha Kitt's vocals weren't right when she did it. Eartha Kitt's
Yeah.
vocals were never right. So I mean, but she was that girl, you know.
Yeah.
But my one of my favorite things about Doja Cat, always and forever, is no matter what, she's going to keep jumping off the fucking into the deep end,
That
just
is
trying
true.
new shit, and
That
just
is true.
hoping that she lands on something soft.
Yeah.
You know. And
That
even
is
if
so
she
true.
doesn't, land on something soft, she just gonna keep fucking pushing.
Yeah. No, exactly. That is so true.
I loved it. I thought
Fearless.
it was a whole fucking production. I fucking
It was
loved
a
it.
production. So
I
was
fucking loved
the
it.
Queen Latifah one as well.
Dana
with-
Owens, the woman you are.
Did she ever have a bad hair day?
Did she ever have a bad makeup day?
Like just bow, like sharp, like I couldn't stop looking at her hair and like her makeup was incredible and I was
The
just
cape that
the
she was
cape.
wearing.
Yeah.
Man.
I was like a performer. I was like she also looks timeless. She looks timeless.
Exactly. That's exactly what I said. And they call her queen for a fucking reason. Okay? Because I think, when are we going to get a remake of The Wiz with her in it? Okay? We need Queen Latifah to be in The Wiz because she was doing the tribute to Quincy Jones. And I feel like a lot of these Quincy Jones tributes have not been, doing him justice of just how big he was in music. But that's beside the point. My point is,
get her on the Wiz.
Get her on the list because I'm watching, and one of the things I'm noticing about this performance, Queen Latifah's performance, there are like 1,000 people on this stage.
There were so many.
There are better singers on this stage. There's a whole production, and all I can look at is her.
So who
all
were
I can look
the
at
other?
is her.
Who were the other artists?
Great question.
Were they back up? Okay, because I was like, I didn't know if they were people that I was supposed to know or if they were back. Okay.
Listen, they could very well be. I just didn't fucking know them. So excellent question. You make an excellent point. I don't fucking know.
You don't know. All right.
And that wouldn't be the first time. So then after the Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I was gonna segue.
You were gonna talk about that? About Megan's Oscar look? Okay. Okay, so after the Oscars, Megan went to the Vanity Fair Oscar party, which all A-listers, go to the Vanity Fair Oscar party. And she wore a dress that had her boobs out and she was just wearing pasties over her nipples. And it caused a lot of controversy. People were really divided on whether the look was good or if it was too much for the space that she was in. Or if it was just too much a look. And they were like, talking about how she needs to fire her stylist. She needs a new stylist, blah, 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 this and that. So what did you think of the look?
I mean, it kind of looks like olives, but
and not olives.
I don't know. I think that the beauty of fashion is that you try something that is not that's taboo.
Yes.
So it's I think that's the point. It's not cool until somebody does it first.
Yeah.
And would I personally do this?
No. But you're not going to the Vanity Fair Oscar party either.
I'm not going there either. However, she's Megan Thee Stallion and she looks fantastic.
Yes.
And so I don't know. I don't think it's just distasteful.
I didn't think it was distasteful. When I looked at it, I saw Lil' Kim. Like, that was the first thing I thought of was Lil' Kim. And I feel like one thing about female rappers that they get away with is just wearing any fucking thing in public. Like, I have seen videos and pictures of Nicki Minaj at a basketball game with a leotard, some fucking stockings, and high heel boots on, and she looks amazing. And nobody questions why she's not wearing no fucking pants, because she's Nicki Minaj. She can go outside and not wear no fucking pants, and nobody gives a fuck. I've seen Lady Gaga in a fucking dress
with meat.
With meat, real meat. I see Lady Gaga walk in like with shoes that are 12 inches high, and she's going to the fucking coffee shop down the street, and nobody questions it because it's Lady Gaga. You don't expect these artists to look relatable or boring. You wouldn't talk about them if they did.
Otherwise, yeah.
100%. So I didn't care for that. But then there was the other thing that got a lot of controversy, which was the Giggly Squad, Hannah and Paige. They interview Megan Thee Stallion on the red carpet. They're from the Bravo show. They're from the Bravo show Summer House. I don't know if you've ever seen that one.
It's I haven't.
It's fine. It's all right. I like it, but I
thought they were or TikTokers.
I think they are on TikTok, but they have a podcast together called the Giggly Squad.
Okay.
And so Hannah said something, and she was like, I love listening. She was very polite. She's like, I love listening to your music. It makes me want to fight. And then Megan was like, but my music doesn't make people want to fight. She's like, every time I do it, I want to fight and all this. And then people got really, really pissed at Hannah.
People were pissed, yeah.
People were very pissed at Hannah for saying this because it kind of feels like aggressive, like
it is.
You're saying this Black woman who makes this fun dance party music is aggressive. And what did you think about it when you watched the interview?
So, like, initially, I didn't clock it like that. I was just like, that's a weird thing to say. And I was like, I don't feel like I feel that way when I listen to her music.
Yeah.
And then I saw the internet jump down her throat.
Oh, my God.
And
they attacked her.
And did a whole, like, psychoanalyst on it and was like, this is why Black women, da-da-da. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I can see where it's coming from. It definitely is, like, I guess the undertones. And I feel like more recently, I don't know if it's like coming from Black History Month into Women's History Month.
Period.
But yeah. But
shout out to all the women.
I've been reading more articles and I think noticing it in more spaces of just like how Black women are treated. And it's just so disheartening.
Yeah.
And the microaggressions that like sometimes you don't even clock because you're like, I can't even process this right now.
You don't even clock it until you've left the space and then you think back and you like, now wait a minute.
Why did they
say
that?
Some shit like that to me?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, one time I went, not to cut you off, but this was Christmas Day, and I think we went to the movies, my friends and I, and then we went to this Chinese food restaurant. And I think I was wearing a shirt. Like, I have huge titties. If you've ever seen, I have huge boobs. Like, they're just always out. Or it doesn't even matter if they're out. They're just big. You can tell. So I'm like, we're standing outside this Chinese restaurant because it's Christmas. That's all that's open. And we're waiting to get seated. And then this lady next to me, literally this old white lady, looks at me and she's like, that's all anybody's going to be able to focus on when they get inside. Pointing her finger. And I had not spoken 2 words to her. I hadn't looked in her direction. I'm talking to my friends and she's like, points directly at my boobs. That's all anybody's going to be able to focus on when they get inside. Jesus Christ. What? Do you have manners? Are you out of your mind?
Yeah.
So I totally
ridiculous.
Get it. It's ridiculous and it happens so frequently. And I can see people just being fucking fed up with that.
Exactly.
I don't think she meant any harm.
Exactly.
But I think the harm was underlying. You know?
Of course. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we're catching strays. And specifically Black women catch strays at a unprecedented rate.
I mean, just insane. And how often it happens.
So that's what it made me think of, really. It's just like all the other like little things that add up that I've been clocking a little bit more. I think just like either in workspaces or like socially or what friends have told me. It's just like, dang, like I mean, we're resilient, but it's like, dang, like, why do we have to be?
Why do we have
Yeah.
to be? This is why I don't fault Will Smith for smacking the shit out of Chris Rock. Because why did you have to make a joke about her alopecia? Out of all things you could have made a joke about, she's not like, and she's been open about that being an insecurity of hers, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and that she went bald not voluntarily, but
Yeah.
because she was already losing her fucking hair,
Right.
you know. So
Mhm.
I totally don't like. I'm not at all upset that happened. Moving on. I'm sorry. Plus, Hannah, I hated her on fucking Summer House. She was so annoying. I was so happy when she left. So you know what? I'm not even mad that she got read the way that she did. That white lady's been asking for it. Um,
Weak.
so Glorilla's tour, which remember we
Yes.
talked about before, and you were like, I don't know, I think I might skip this one. I want to
Yeah.
know. I want to know now that we're seeing like tour recap videos. We're seeing a 25 plus song set list. We're seeing full choreography, visuals, sold out shows. Do you feel the same way?
A bit regret. Because also,
a bit of regret.
because also when I was at work today, a girl that I work with came up to me and she was like, "Yeah, like I'm actually going to Glorilla on Saturday." I was like, "Dang, really?" She's like, "Yeah." She was like, "Yeah, I got sold out like super quick."
Yeah.
And so she was just like, "Yeah, I'm like lucky I got tickets." I was like, "Dang." I was like, "Send me a video, girl."
She's not coming here until April, and so the tickets are not sold out just yet for her show. So I think I am gonna like make it because I was looking at someone recap the set list and I'm like, damn, I know all these I know
Songs,
like
yeah.
most of these fucking songs I know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just like the work she has done
Mm-hmm.
to level the fuck up. Her
Right.
perform like she is in shape. She is up
Yes.
there giving full choreography, no backing track, visuals. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
she got that. She turning this motherfucking show the fuck out.
I know. And it's like I was telling the woman from work, I was like, it's so she was like, "Yeah, I'm so proud of her." And I was like, same, because it's like I feel like people like it would have been easy for people to think that she was like a one hit wonder. She blew up, she had the spiral hit or
Yep.
whatever. But she has stayed consistent for like the last like 3 years.
And gotten better, if you ask me.
And has gotten better. Like people want a feature from Glorilla now.
Hell yeah, they want a feature from Glorilla. People are talking about her everywhere saying, is she the hottest female rapper out right now? Like she's in that conversation. You know? I mean,
feel like sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and like the fact that like even scrolling their like TikTok and like hearing like, you know, like people like freestyle or whatever, or like new up and coming artists, they're like, yo, Glorilla would sound hard on this track as feature, like that type of thing. I'm like, oh, it's not just like a group of people who are like messing with her. It's like
everybody.
Everybody's
messing with her. Taylor Swift posted a TikTok with her song playing. Like to me, I don't care how I feel about Taylor Swift or her music, how anybody feels. That's a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
That's a big fucking deal. I mean, and it just goes to show, you just do the fucking work, and what is for you will not miss you. It will not miss you. And this is her moment. This is her moment. I feel like a proud mom because I never gave up on her. Okay. Yeah. I never gave up on her. We knew. I never gave up on her. And speaking of people we never gave up on, speaking of people we've been championing from the fucking beginning, Doechii is having the most incredible 2025 of any fucking body. And 100%. I mean, and she deserves it. Like, I cannot think of anyone who deserves it more and has deserved it for so long. Let's talk about, like, Jesus Christ. Like, where do we even start? She was at like Paris Fashion Week.
Okay, wait. So I saw a clip of her in Paris in that white dress.
Yes.
And then, like, there was, like, a cutout. Was she, like, not wearing panties?
No, I think she was wearing, like, something that was, like, flesh color.
It was, like, flesh color. Okay, because I was like,
flesh colored.
I was like, we're not showing the jean here, are we?
I don't think so. I don't think there was any. There was any. Yes, no, she was all over Paris Fashion Week. And you know what? I think it's absolutely time. Like, the female rappers need another fashion girl who is, like, just the it girl. And I absolutely think that's Doechii. That's Cardi. That's JT. Like, they really, fashion is so their fucking lane. And we needed more girls than Cardi, besides Cardi, that could be in that lane. And Doechii's it. Doechii's it.
For sure.
She's gorgeous.
And the way that, like, I feel like all the looks are so unique and different. Like, she can, like, she's like a perfect canvas.
Yes.
Because she can, like, literally be anything.
And it cannot be overstated how important it is to have this black, dark-skinned woman, curvy woman in high fashion spaces. Sitting front row, walking the runway for all these major established legacy brands. Like, that is a huge fucking deal. And it just makes me so proud of her, so happy for her.
I know.
And then she did an interview for Days magazine, which I really loved. Did you read the Days magazine?
I didn't have a chance to read it.
I mean, I really liked it. It was basically them catching up with her after like the Grammys, and she's working on her debut album. She's actually mentioned that, thrown that in a couple interviews, a couple different times. She's working on her debut album. And she was talking about, there's a one quote that she said in there that I really love, which makes me think that this new album is going to be like highly collaborative, or she's going to, like, now she has all this access and all these producers want to work with her and all these artists want features from her. She talked about how, like, I've been obsessed with the idea of getting other artists out of their comfort zones on my project and having them do the opposite of what they usually do. What would it sound like if Sexy Red did an interlude on my album and she read a poem? What would it sound like if I had SZA on a boom bap rap and she was rapping instead of singing? Completely fucking with what people expect these artists to do. I think that would be cool. And then she said, I just gave away my whole shit. So it's clear she's about to go out of her own box that she's even established for this debut album.
That's so cool. I like that idea. I like that. Even just those little snippets, I'm like, ooh, that would be cool.
I think about like JT on Alter Ego and how JT, before the song was released, she was like, you know, Doechii really got me out of my comfort zone on this song. I've never done a song like this. I never planned to do a song like this. Right. And I love that song personally. Right. And I would love to hear more collabs from them. So I think Doechii has the talent to do it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. She just needed the platform.
And now she's got it. And then after that, Lauryn Hill brought her out at her performance. Lauryn Hill asked for Doechii to come out and perform that thing doo-wop with her, and then also gave Doechii a chance to perform. She did have other artists performing with her as well.
Okay.
But do you know how big of an honor it is for Lauryn Hill to bring you out and basically pass the torch
like a cosign,
to you? A cosign from Lauryn Hill, who doesn't do any fucking thing she don't want to do.
I was about to say, I was like, this woman would not like leave the house if she didn't have to. She wouldn't
leave the house if she had to. If she didn't want to do it. She don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. She doesn't give a. She's released one album, okay, one solo album. She does not give a fuck, and she doesn't give a fuck what anybody thinks. And she is like, yeah, this girl, she's it. She's next. And now people are saying, oh, Lauryn Hill's crazy. Oh, Doechii's an industry plant. Oh, how much did they pay? How much did they pay for this? How much did they pay to make this happen? And I'm just like, I'm so sick. Number one, of white people having opinions about hip hop. Number two, of like the stands making everything a stand war. Number three, of the term industry plant. We gotta let that shit go. I'm so sick of the term industry plant. Because you weren't watching. You think people haven't been doing the fucking work?
That's true. Yeah.
Because now she in your face. Because now she won a fucking Grammy. But we've been there.
Yeah, we knew. We knew about her.
Yeah. If you had been watching all along, this trajectory that she's gone on should not be surprising.
Yeah.
It should not be surprising to anyone. So I'm so disgusted at the way that she is being torn apart for being talented and beautiful and unapologetically herself, and for people who've been in this industry for decades saying, God, look at that shining beacon of hope, of light, of originality, of individuality that's coming to our industry. Let me pour into her. Let me support her. Let me uplift her. And you mad?
Right.
Because it wasn't your fave? Do you know how fucking nuts that is?
No, it's big hater shit.
I think it's just beyond hater shit. I think when it comes to, industry plant and people using that term, what it really means is like, you think that she's done this faster than she should have because of your own limitations, because of the limitations you placed on yourself and your ability to succeed. You can't put that shit onto Doechii.
Right.
You can't put all of your insecurities onto this woman.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
So
I hadn't thought about it that way.
That really pissed me off. But then it also got announced that Doechii is going to be named Billboard's Woman of the Year.
That's crazy.
Crazy. And I think the only female rappers who've ever been named Woman of the Year, Cardi B was one of them, Doechii's one of them, and I think there was one more. Maybe it was Nicki Minaj. I don't know. It might not have been Nicki Minaj, but there's only been a handful of female rappers who've ever been named Billboard's Woman of the Year.
That's
and this
incredible.
is why I say all that first week sale bullshit, all that charting on the Billboard bullshit, man, it don't fucking matter. What is the music looking like? What is sounding like? Okay?
Right.
And Billboard said 3 months into the year, we've seen enough.
We've seen enough, heard you.
Got it. It's her. It's her. We've seen all we needed to see. That's it. Got it. It's her. It's Doechii's year.
Done. It is so her year. It's so her year. And we're only in March.
Yeah. We're only in March. What else do you think is going to happen? Do you think the debut album's dropping this year?
I would think so. I'm wondering if it's going to be probably like in the fall or if it's more of like a summer vibe. I feel like she'd wait until the fall.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too.
I feel like it's a fall vibe, but
a fall vibe.
I could see her doing a run of like features.
Yeah.
That would like continue to build on the hype.
Somebody tweeted that there's a rumor that she's featured on Megan Thee Stallion's upcoming album. Allegedly. Allegedly. Who the fuck knows? But what do you think about that? About what because Doechii just released her song Anxiety, which we're going to talk about when we get to new music. We're going to talk about Megan back in 2022 on Traumazine released Anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody posted a mashup of both of those songs or what Megan Thee Stallion would sound like if she was on Doechii's version. And now people have been like talking about like, oh, they need to collab. Bitch, I've been said they need to collab. So
yeah, I mean, I'd love to see them collab.
You know what I would love if she was on Rico's upcoming album.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I hope we can make that happen.
I think that would be something for the alt girls.
Yes, we need another Swamp Bitches. We need Swamp Bitches Part 2.
Yeah, like or something that's completely out of the box,
different.
Oh my god,
that would be. But especially because Rico's releasing this album in the summer, it's coming out in May. Maybe the vibe is completely different. I don't know. I want to talk about this article you sent me yesterday. You DM'd me this.
Yeah.
It was the Complex article about how rap has changed since the pandemic.
Isn't that interesting?
It's so interesting when you think about it because I'm like, you know what? Yeah.
Right?
You know what? Yeah. You're fucking right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically in this article, it's talking about how like content became king and rappers had to pivot to becoming content creators to sell their music and labels started like pushing artists to, put out a quick single and release viral hits in the mindset shift because like now they don't go to the gatekeepers or who used to be the gatekeepers, which were like journalists and industry professionals. Now they go to streamers or they get on Instagram Live or they preview songs on TikTok to try to go directly to consumer to see how that's going to work and like get feedback directly for them. And I think I think that whole thing is a bit interesting. And maybe it's because I'm just very set in my ways about the way that things were and how I probably preferred that method of doing things. Like I love when my artists
like the process.
Yeah. I love the process of like, going, doing interviews, doing magazine. Let's talk about this album. Let's go out. Let's put it out. Let's not surprise drop things. Let's make music videos. Like let's make it a whole thing. And now it's just like, I think there's such an oversaturation in the market. And then there's also just like, so like there's not as much interest. And one of the points in the article that was made that I thought was so interesting is in this era that we are post-COVID, are rap superstars still a thing in the way that they used to be?
Right.
You know what I
right.
mean? In
And
the way, like, is
I was
that
gonna
still
s-
a thing?
Yeah, I was gonna say like I forget what it was, but it was like was it last year? Like top 10 Billboard albums. The only one that made it was what is it, the Future and Metro Boomin one.
Probably.
That was like the only one that made it. And
Yeah.
I was like, in comparison to the previous years where there was like maybe like 3 or 4 with and I was like, that's kind of insane. And like we should include this in our Instagram posts and stuff like that, but like the drop off in terms of the consumption of rap from 2020 to 2024 is a significant drop off.
Yeah.
And I was like, what happened?
What
like
did happen?
For people to lose interest, or like I don't know, like what changed aside from like the points that you made of like going on like press runs and stuff like that, but like what changed?
That's a great question. I wish I had an answer because now I want to know.
I'm curious.
I wonder what could have changed that made people stop listening to rap in the way that they did.
Yeah.
Should we move on to new music?
Yeah,
we have a lot of new music to discuss. Let's just go down the list, and I think we can end with the Ken the Man mixtape since that's like a whole mixtape. Let's talk about Can You Please by Jello. Is it pronounced Jello?
Yeah, Jello.
Okay, Jello featuring Glorilla. What did you think of this?
I mean, like, I thought it was okay. Like,
that's exactly what I said.
I think he's like, I don't know. I think it's like a troll that this man is like gotten this like famous off of like these like quick songs, but they're like, oh, it feels like 2000 again. Like,
no,
let me bring out the white tee. Like,
no, I didn't. I was like, he's a one trick pony. You know, like he's running for his life chasing this fucking beat. You know, I get it. It's sad. And Glorilla's verse, my thought about it was fine. Yeah, why does she keep doing these features on these songs that don't elevate her? Like, she's not even
trying to get to a bag. Maybe she's just trying to get to the bag.
She's trying to get to a bag. Okay, fair. But she's not even doing the Nicki thing where people go and the song is good enough for them to go and listen to just for her verse. You know? This is like that's what I had to, that's what I had to say about it. I don't want to re-listen to this song. Okay, what about what were you saying?
No, yeah, I feel the same way. I was saying I feel the same way.
Okay, well, let's talk about Doechii's Anxiety.
Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't think this is controversial. Maybe it is. I don't know. I think that it got so much like play before it even got released.
I hadn't heard it.
Oh, really?
No.
Okay, I had heard it like a handful of times, and then I started seeing it everywhere before she even released it, and I was like, and now I see it everywhere, and now I'm like, I'm just kind of
tired. You're tired of it.
I'm tired.
I hadn't heard it everywhere. I hear it now a lot on TikTok.
Okay.
But I feel like the sample, oh God, it takes me back. It takes me back to 2014 when I used to listen to that song on repeat.
Yeah.
But you know what else it makes me think of? We need to talk about or we should do an entire episode on rappers and just paranoia. Because I feel like so often rappers rap about like somebody's watching me. I'm paranoid. I don't trust anybody. Like, I just, it's such a common thread and a common theme among them. And I'm like, what is wrong? Like,
I don't know. Maybe because
I
don't know. Maybe because they talk a lot of shit. Maybe because like, I don't know. Like, because I also remember Ebro asking Doechii about this because like she said this like in the interview with him. She was like, I just feel like someone's playing with me. Like, I feel like someone
like that.
And he was like, what are you talking about? She's like, I just don't feel like they think I got it like that. I don't feel like they think what I can do. He's like, who said that?
Who?
Like,
who are these people?
Right. So maybe it is a thing. Maybe
they're paranoid. I love this song. I feel like she was floating on this motherfucker.
I
really do. Like, I love the heavy breathing. I love how calm she is in contrast with the beat. Like, I love when a song doesn't feel as long as it is because it's just that good. Because I love a song that's over 5 minutes. That's incredible. But rarely do we get that now.
No, I was about to say, we talked about this. I was like, the only like 5 minute plus song I know are like Stevie Wonder songs.
Yeah.
Like
very few.
any-
Okay, Samara Sin and Sherwin, Poppin' Olive.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
I don't know. I just like, yeah, it wasn't. I don't think it was my vibe.
Yeah.
I felt the same way about the Tia Corinne song too.
Honestly, I thought Poppin' Olive, I was like, it's cute bike riding music in the summertime. Like, I feel like if I were riding my bike, if I still had a bike, because someone stole my bike a couple years ago.
Your bike?
A couple of years ago. I'm still sour over it though. Yeah, it was
bikes
sad.
are expensive.
Bikes, it was expensive. And I loved that bike. That was my main source of transportation. But if I still had a bike, I would probably ride around to it and like listen to this. I would listen to this song. The Tia Corinne song, I definitely feel like she's trying to rebrand. Like, you know, I agree. Like, she looks good in the video, you know, but I feel like the rebrand, it's, I don't know if I buy it.
No,
I don't know if I believe it.
I agree. I don't know. I want the old stuff. Like, I want the trippy, like, I don't know. It was giving me like, what was the name of that album by Rico Nasty? Like the Key Lime OG, like that era of Rico Nasty. Like, it was giving me like that.
Yeah, but now it's something different. And I think we have to talk about like female rappers doing ballroom, you know, and having like ballroom artists on their songs. Cause she got ate up by these gays because they know what the fuck they talking about. You know what I mean? This is their culture and they know what the fuck they talking about.
Yeah.
And you don't sound as good doing it. Did not like that song, won't return to it.
Won't return to it.
Lady London released a song, Is You Crazy? I was so uninterested. I feel like the beat was boring or lazy, or maybe her delivery was boring or lazy. I couldn't decide which I liked less.
Yeah, I like, when I was listening to it, I was trying to think of like a Lady London song that I like. And I was like, the only thing I was like, is she just a freestyler to me in my head? Like, she's just like the girl from Twitter. And like, not to box her, I think she is a great like lyricist. Yeah. But these songs
not good.
Show it.
No,
you're right. Just feel canned.
Yeah.
Like they don't feel authentic. I think that's really what it doesn't feel authentic.
Yeah. I don't think we've had from Lady London any songs that truly feel her. Like I don't honestly, do I even know what her brand is, what her identity is as an artist? Because I don't think so.
I don't
know. I don't think it's it. Okay, Lil Baby featuring Glorilla, Red Bone.
I think I might have missed this song.
Good.
Oh yeah.
Good. First of all, if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. We need to abolish the word red bone. We need to remove it from our vocabulary, take it out of the lexicon. I never want to hear it again.
Red bone and yellow bone?
Yes, both.
But
honestly, like, this is Lash Tech music, you know? And
what does that mean? Explain.
It's just like there's a certain genre of rap music that is for a certain genre of woman who lives in Atlanta. She does lashes. She drives around in a car, like she wears Lululemon to the club. She's like Jada Waiter. You know what I mean? Like, and not to shade her at all, because that's a lifestyle, and she's richer than I. But it's just like, it's a certain kind of rap music that is, it feels so low caliber to me. Like, and I just think, what the fuck happened to Lil Baby? Like, I don't, what happened to him?
You know what? Complex should have done a article on that from 2020 to 24.
His fall off has been hard to watch. You know,
I used to mess with Lil Baby
heavy. Yeah, used to listen to all his shit, especially when 2020 hit and My Turn came out. Like, I feel like
that album was
incredible, phenomenal.
When I was looking at the albums that came out in 2020, like, I was like, yeah, banger. This is a banger. Like that Moneybagg Yo's album,
banger.
The Lil Baby album,
banger.
I was just like, dang, I forgot all this music came out during the time.
What happened to those artists?
Yeah, I don't know.
And then Gloria's verse again, excellent, but a waste. It was a waste. It was a waste on this trash ass song. And it's the same thing that I said about the Jello song.
Yeah.
Like, you're wasting your fucking good ass verses on it's
On these mediocre songs.
barely mediocre. Mediocre is being kind to these
Wow.
songs.
Yeah.
Then there was the Bungie Garland Carrot remix featuring Stems and Nicki Minaj. This is not the dance hall Nicki that I love. The dance hall Nicki that I love gets down and dirty, okay? Like, she's in the fucking dirt, shoes off, like doing the splits, popping her pussy on these songs. And this is just clean cut and not good. You know?
Yeah, I'm not like a dance hall fan, so I feel like I don't have full standing to, you know?
Just, yeah. Okay, then there was the Queen Key and Glorilla Hell Woods 2 song.
I don't think I'm gonna return to it.
Me
but
either.
Glad they linked up.
Yeah.
Glad they're on tour together.
Yeah. You know, yeah, absolutely.
That's it.
I just think, this song is not great. However, it's better than the straight bullshit that Queen Key has been putting out as of late. It's a step up from that.
Yeah.
So, good for her. And
good for her.
The song is very repetitive and it's not a good song. But Glorilla's verse, okay, it's okay. It's okay. I really don't give a fuck. Indecisive, the Lakia song. What the hell has happened to Lakia?
What's that? Yeah.
What the hell has happened? Who is this on this song?
I turned it on and I was like, I've heard enough.
You said,
I've heard
actually,
enough.
I want my time back. Actually,
and you know what? I feel like we
said,
said this actually like the last couple of Lakia songs.
What's happening?
We've listened to.
I wonder what's going on.
I know.
Lakia was another one who was having like a great 2021, 2022.
Great pandemic. She was having a great
pandemic, like post-pandemic. What the fuck happened?
I have no idea.
Oh, yeah. Okay, then there's Shy Girl and Sad Boy featuring Georgia Smith. It's called Wifey Rhythm on Shy Girl's most recent project, I think.
I don't know.
It was all right.
It's all in Forever 21 music.
That's exactly what I thought. I was gonna say it was a chop, but really it's Forever 21 music. When I hear
it's in the background. It's in the background.
It's good in the background. Shopping. I thought Sad Boy's verse was great, but it was too short. It was way too short. Fucking Rapunzel, Lisa, who we were just talking about, featuring Megan Thee Stallion.
Again, this is the most I've seen this woman's
name. Who is this bitch?
I don't know who she is.
We want to talk about industry plants.
I was listening to the song and I was like, first I was like looking at the album cover and I was like, what is this?
Who is this?
I don't know. Then I was like, why is Meg on this song?
Why is she on this song? I feel like this is for middle schoolers. Okay, this is music for 7th graders. Mm. This is not music for me.
This is not for me.
This is not music for adults. The target, and I think when I listen to these K-pop girls like solo music, the target audience is a 7th grader.
Yeah.
And that's probably who've been arguing with me on the internet for days on end. And they're
like, you don't know music.
And I'm like, what how fucking old? Go to 7th period. Okay. Go. It's bedtime.
Go to social studies.
Go to social studies. It's bedtime or something. You like get the fuck out. Get out of my face. You know what I mean? And then and you're racist and you don't know anything. Shut the fuck up. I'm going to call your mother. That's exactly what this song is. Like the person who would like this. Like I just it was whatever. Little Sims released a music video for her song Flood.
I didn't see the video. I listened to the song. It was okay. Like
that's what I thought when I listened to it.
It didn't feel inspiring. I don't know. I was like, I feel like if I can remember the song correctly, it was a bit different, a different sound than what she usually goes for. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, maybe she's just trying something different, but I wasn't really a fan.
You know what? When I heard it, I thought that. Then I watched the music video and it kind of sold it for me. It kind of sold
Okay.
the visuals really made the whole thing come together. Like it was brilliant, like dark and again, panicked, paranoid. Like it really makes me wonder what the fuck is this album gonna be about? Like what is she
Mhm.
going to reveal in this album? Because she's like, this place is infested with snakes, never eat with hyenas. Like, girl, who hurt you? What's tea?
Yeah.
Like, who was the hyena? I want
Who
I
are the
want to know
hyenas?
because this bitch seems like she's panicked. She's
Yeah.
paranoid. She can't trust nobody in her circle. I
Mm.
want to know. I want to know.
Mm.
Okay, Babyface E, never heard of it.
Never heard of
Featuring
him.
Mona Leo, PTP remix.
I love the song.
Okay.
And I know it's silly,
Okay.
but I think what's the line that Mona Leo says? You want to sizzle with the
big
top dog
TDE.
TDE? I'm like, y'all aren't doing it like her.
No, Mona Leo is so fucking clever. Like she's
I was like,
just
y'all ain't
brilliant.
thinking. Y'all ain't thinking.
Y'all don't hear her. She gotta run it back. You didn't get it.
It was like, and when I first heard this, it was like a clip on Twitter, and I was like, I had it on blast, and my fiance was next to me, and the first line was like, he gonna die about this pussy, like something PCP, and he goes, what?
He's new to this. She's true to this. He don't know how
so-
she get down.
It's funny because it's like he'll hear like outrageous shit sometimes, and then like he'll just like pick out the one part. It's like, what? Like, why did she say that?
Why would she say that? Why would she say that?
That's
That's just
love the
her.
song.
That's just her.
I love the song, and I have it on repeat.
I love that you have it on repeat. I just want so much for Mona Leo. She just deserves the fucking world.
Yeah.
We got to get her to tone down the murderous raps just a
I
hair,
agree.
so she can get on the radio. So we can get on the
and
radio.
I don't believe it either. And so I'm like, why are we doing this?
Yeah,
because you're clever. Because she's clever.
exactly.
And like,
exactly. It's only because she's clever.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about this Ken the Man mixtape.
Wait, did you like the song though?
The song?
No?
Oh, I thought the song was great.
Oh, okay.
I thought the song was great. My only critique is like, I feel like rappers are such bad actors when there's no music behind them. They're so inauthentic. Every time I watch them, when they're like doing a little like skit before a song, I'm like, oh my god, this is so terrible.
Right, like just play, just hit play.
Just hit play. Okay, so the new Ken the Man mixtape that she just released on March 4th, which is just a random ass weekday. And you know what? I gotta commend her for doing that. Like she's staying true to her 304 brand. So her mixtape Kind of Famous just came out.
Oh, that's cute.
What did you think about it? Or are there songs that stuck out to you?
So like the immediate downloads for me were Big Shit Talker, First, Can You, Cocky, and Black were the songs that I downloaded. What about you?
Mine, the ones that I downloaded were First and Yo Face and Give Me More. Those are some of my downloads. So what did you think? What were your thoughts about it? We don't have to go track by track if you don't want to, but we can just like talk about some overall thoughts.
I don't really see a difference in terms of like this album, or you know what, that's not true. There's a bit of a difference in terms of like, I guess, the content a little bit, like between like her for the 403s and this one, but I don't feel like I've seen that much growth of her. Like the first song and like Cocky are like songs that could have been released like 4 years ago and I wouldn't have like known the difference. But there was a handful of songs like in the middle which I like didn't download like anything. Like 7 to 11, which were like more, I think, feely songs, which is why I'm like, I guess she was trying something a bit different to be at a slower cadence. But it wasn't working for me. Okay.
You know what I thought? I felt like I agree. Like, it sounds very familiar to her last mixtape. A couple things. I'm really glad that her song First is going viral on TikTok because I want more people to discover Kin the Man. Like, she
Same.
does have some actually good music, and I would like for this to put a battery in her back. You know, like
100%.
I want this to do like for her. I feel like she's gotten better at writing choruses because I think that's one of the things we always used to critique her about. And when I'm listening to this, you know, it could be going somewhere, you know,
Mhm.
and then it takes a turn. Like I feel like she was heading down the road
Yeah.
of vulnerability, and then she took a stark turn back to what was comfortable for her. You
Right.
know, in rapping about the same things in the same way that we always hear Ken the Man rap about. And so I'm kind of like, what else? You know, and I
Mhm.
think she has a great relationship with this producer, Big Cousin, clearly.
Yep.
My
Uh-huh.
thing is, what else can he do for you? You know? Because it
Right.
sounds the same. I
It
want Big
sounds the
Cousin
same.
even to collaborate with another producer. It can even be a Texas producer, shit.
Yeah.
But I want something to challenge her. I want her to have some variety. I feel like
No.
the latter half of this album, it took a turn and I wasn't along for the ride. Like, I didn't want to hear you
Yeah.
doing this R&B shit. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I'm not here for
I
that.
didn't I
Like,
didn't say yes to that, especially if that was what you were going to give me. Let me know. But
yeah.
there was no warning. There was no lead up to it, and then it takes a stark left turn back into still a hoe, you know, this and that, fuck niggas
Yeah.
get money. And I mean, that's fine. But where's the artfulness of it? Where's the finesse in this shit? And I think the mixtape is it's very confused and a bit tired. Like, I feel like about halfway
No.
through she really lost steam. Like, she really lost
No.
steam. But in a way, like, she's strong. She starts it off strong. I thought sampling
Yeah.
Still Dre was like very bold of her to
Mhm.
sample that song. But I need for Ken the Man to surprise me. I want
Okay.
to know her through her like music and not just the public image that she has that's very easy to digest. Like, oh, I'm a 304, I'm from Texas, I got this big ass, like, you know, I'm
Yeah.
that girl and I talk all this
Pop that
shit.
tequila.
You know, I want her to dig deeper. Push that pen a little bit more, girl.
Mhm.
That's what I need. If I had to rate it, I think I would give it a 5 out of 10.
Yeah. I was about to
I would
say.
give it a 5 out of 10. But you know
I
what?
was
The
gonna give it
summer
a
is coming.
4.
4?
Like,
I could understand that.
I was like 4 or 5 because like you said it exactly right. Like it was just such a stark turn and
Yeah.
then like back to like what she was doing before and it's like, wait, hold on. Like I thought we were in
Let's
love.
explore that.
Like yeah, I thought we were
Let's
in love.
explore that. Let's explore that
Yeah.
for a little bit. You know, like, let's go down that road of vulnerability that you were headed
Mhm.
and see what it gives. See if people
Yeah.
can relate. We don't know who Ken the Man is through her music.
That is a really good point. That is a really good point.
And I'm starting to get uninvested. You know? Cuz if that's the case, I'm going to go listen to the old shit.
I'm gonna listen to yeah.
You know
Like
what I
I
mean?
said, I feel like First and Cocky literally could have came out anytime. Like
Anytime.
anytime.
Anytime, but what's different about you now?
Right.
You know, you're older. You've had this management with Rock Nation fall through.
Right.
Bitch, can we talk
Exactly.
about
Where's
that?
the anger
Where's
or
the
like
anger? What's
feelings?
happening? You know what I did
Yeah.
love though? I really like her and Callie on a song together. I would like for them to do more music together. You know?
I did like that they were on a song together. I did not like this song particularly,
No.
but I could see how it could work.
It could
though.
work. It could work.
I could see it could work.
Yeah, okay. So if you had to choose a best song of the week, a best new song of the week, what would be your all-star best new song of the week?
Oh, okay.
It's hard, right? A
It's
lot
probably
of
gonna.
stinkers.
I was about to say it's probably gonna be from like the Kin the Man album, and I think what I like the song that I would pick from there is I'm not gonna say first, but I did like Big Shit Talker. I thought it was a really great introduction into the
I
album,
agree.
and I thought it was really strong.
I would love
So
for her to go down that road some more.
yes,
You know, at least for a
yes.
couple more songs, girl.
What about you?
I think Anxiety would be my best new song of the week.
Really? Okay.
Anxiety would be my best new song of the week. I thought it was incredible and an incredible use of the sample. I'm a huge fan of it.
Aw.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into our main topic for today. We're talking
Yes.
about us today, guys. We came up with a list of songs about us, like rap songs that we feel explain our personalities. Me and Brianna, to somebody who's never heard our show, or doesn't know us. Now, the first question I wrote was like, what's the first instance you remember of a song perfectly describing you as a person?
Yeah. And that took me a while to think about.
It's hard, right?
I was like, I don't know if I like, and I don't even know if I feel like I still found a song that perfectly describes me.
Yeah.
But but what came to mind was like the first song that like really made me like feel warm and like kind of seen a bit.
Yeah.
And it was actually Doo-Wop by Lauryn Hill.
Oh my God.
And I think about like when I first heard it as a kid and not, I think, fully understanding like the context of the song itself. And then like listening to it throughout like the different stages in my life. And especially in adulthood, I'm like, damn, this like runs deep.
It really does.
It runs a lot deeper now.
It really does. You want to know what my answer to that was?
What?
Every ghetto, every city. What? Yes! Yes!
And why?
Okay, and you know what it was? When I heard the song the first time, I just think about how like I grew up. In the way that like the freedom that I had and the way of like the community that I saw around me and how affected I was by my environment and like how much I loved the place that I grew up and how much it really it shaped me, and I didn't really have the words to describe what it was like growing up in Chicago and like everything that I'd gone through. And but just like you know, she's like, I was just a little girl, skinny legs, press and curl, you know, like just running around, getting into trouble, getting into shit, you know. And that was me to a T. Okay, if it was nothing, I was running around in people's business. Okay, getting into shit. All right. When I was little, me and my friends during the summer, we used to go around and open people's cars to get steel change out of their middle.
Mariah.
I'm not even lying.
What else were you doing? What else were you
We used
doing?
to
What
run
else were you
around.
doing?
My brothers and I had a pet stealing ring because my mama wouldn't let us keep a pet, but she worked nights. So what we would do was when she went to work, we would go around the neighborhood and we would steal people's pets out of their yards and take them back to the crib. But my mama would always find out after like a couple days. But see, I was in charge. So she just assumed when I got home from school, all the homework was done. The dinner, everybody went to bed. She didn't know all the other shit we were doing too, you know? So and then me and my friend, oh my God, we used to get into so much trouble. We would just go into people's yards and start turning over their pots of plants while they weren't home. I don't even know
so
why.
petty.
I don't even know why. I don't even know why we did this, but we were just getting into shit. We were just running around the neighborhood, causing trouble, causing chaos, being nosy as fuck.
Wait, hold on. I want to go back to the pet thing. So did you like, you took the pets and then you were like, oh, we're going to hang out like for the night. And then would you give it back? Or were you like, I'm keeping it back?
We would give it back indirectly. We would put it back.
Put it back. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Put it back. So when I was a kid, we had our basement was like finished, but there was this one room that we used as like a storage closet. And one time when my mama kicked my uncle out of the house, I found him living in there. That's a whole other story. But nobody went into that storage closet unless we were like throwing winter coats, throwing blankets in there. So we would put the dogs in there. We would put the cats in there. Because it happened multiple times. So we would put them in there in the fucking little storage unit, and then we would just hope that they didn't make any noise through the night.
Wow.
Sometimes they did. Sometimes they didn't. But
that is crazy.
It wouldn't be the first time we got an ass whooping. Like me and my brothers used to get. My mom used to come home ready to whoop our ass about something because she knew we fucked up.
Yeah,
one time we were playing baseball in the kitchen. Couldn't tell you why. I couldn't tell you why. And we broke a window. Like, so then like it was a window of like, you know how some doors have windows in them, like to open. So it was like one of the little windows. And my brother was like, let's put saran wrap there. She won't notice. And at the time I was like, that's a brilliant fucking idea. That's a great idea. She came home and whooped our ass out of our sleep. Cause she's like, she noticed it immediately. She's like, that's saran wrap. The window's missing. What did these fucking kids do? You know? So shit like that.
That is hilarious. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. So we used to get into some shit. So moving on to the next question.
Oh God. All right.
So
Yeah.
we came up with a list, everybody, of songs, and I said 5 songs that describe
Right.
our personalities. However, I really could narrow it down.
I know.
I could narrow it down to 5, and I texted you
Mhm.
yesterday just to let you know.
Yeah, you're like,
But-
just heads up.
But also, I couldn't even just keep it to female rappers. Like I
Okay.
had to, you know, I had to include my faves. Like but they're all rap songs. So I think we should just go back and forth. Do you
Dang,
want to do
okay.
that?
I wish
Go
I
back and
yeah.
forth?
I wish I added some male rappers in my
I didn't even I don't know. I should have said that, but I was like, damn, you know what? This one. Damn, you know what?
Yeah,
That one.
this one.
I just
All
couldn't.
right.
I just couldn't keep it down. So I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll go
Yeah.
first. So my first 2 songs, I have Intro by Jay-Z from the Dynasty album from 2000.
Okay.
And then Yeah Glow by Glorilla.
Yeah.
And I think I chose these 2 songs, one because Jay-Z is my favorite rapper.
Right.
Forever has been. And I feel like I have huge ambitions and lofty goals, and I won't let anything stand in my way. Not my circumstances, not jealousy, not other people. And I feel like sometimes I really feel that hunger that Jay-Z is echoing in this song. He's like, clap whoever stand between Sean and Figures. And I'm like, yeah, me too.
Ooh.
Me too. He's
Yeah.
like, me too. Like, I really felt it. And for me, Yeah Glow was kind of the other side of that coin when it comes to my ambition. You know, like I feel like it describes the part of me that tells people to fuck you for not believing in me.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. You said that with such conviction. I believe you.
Exactly, right?
I believe you. I
Yeah.
believe you. So the first 2, I'll group them in like a similar way. So like I said, like doo-wop, and then I'll say like Woman by Little Sims.
Okay.
And I think that again, like these songs, both of them to me, I feel like they talk about like embracing who you are, about being a Black woman, like coming into different spaces. And I feel like to me, they were both maybe also when they resonated with me. I think they were of me coming of age.
Yes.
And so I think that's why it holds like some significance to me.
When you hear a song, when you're like on the cusp of some big transition in your life, and it's just, it kind of like puts things into perspective for you in a way that I feel like only music can. You know?
100%. Yeah. And I was about to say, okay, because you mentioned like that transition period too. Like that's why I also put the 7-7 song by Lotto. From that time in my life, I feel like it was about like, okay, like steady grind, like keep working. And I feel like that's what like Lotto was on. Like she hadn't completely popped yet.
No,
like
not yet.
The energy hadn't came out yet. But it's like you kept seeing progression for her. And I was like, oh, like this is where I'm on right now. I'm almost there, but I'm not there yet.
Yes. Yes, I love that. Okay, my next 2 are F and F by Glorilla and also Run It Up by Tyler the Creator. Well, I think F and F stands alone. I'll say F and F by Glorilla because I feel like there's a carefree part of me. Like I feel like there's a part of me that loves to have fun and loves life and can't get caught up in the bullshit. You know? And that song makes me feel that way. And then I already mentioned this one, but my next 2 would be Run It Up by Tyler the Creator and Cocky as Fuck by Megan Thee Stallion. But because those songs really echo my confidence and self-love and belief that nothing can stop me. And I think when I need that reminder of who I am, I gotta go listen to Tyler give that monologue at the beginning. Like, I've been that nigga, you know?
Yeah.
Or I gotta listen to Meg say, you know, cocky as fuck. Okay? Everything about me popping. Got face, got body. You name it. I got it. And she meant that shit. And I mean it.
And I,
you know?
No, I love that. I love that. Now, you know, I love that Tina Snow album. Anyway.
Avi.
The next 2 songs that I have on a similar tip. So, like, Icy Girl. But Icy Girl.
Period. You already know. I know how you feel about her.
I know. But, like, again, thinking about the time when Icy Girl came out, I was in college. And I was like, she was on her grind,
Yes.
and she was like, listen, I was living in my car at the time, but I had these bigger, loftier goals.
Yes.
She's like, she's like, I'm investing in the right companies. I'm focused on my stocks and
Yes.
me. And I was like, yes, like I'm trying to figure out how to get my bread. I also put Elevators by Doechii.
Okay.
Because
I like why.
because I listened to it and I'm just like, yeah, like bad bitches be like elevators.
Okay.
Like I'm going up. I'm like, I'm going up. Like nothing could stop me.
Nothing can stop you. Only going up.
And I think it's a silly song, but I'm like, this just makes so much sense.
Don't it?
It just makes so much sense.
Don't it? Okay. My next two, and I don't know why I grouped them together like this. Well, I do know why I grouped them together. I just don't know why I had so many. My next two, these are the songs that I listen to when I'm like nervous before a performance and I need to remind myself, like, you got it, girl. So the next two is We Gon' Make It by Jadakiss and Styles P, because duh.
That song just came back around for me. I've just been listening to that. It's crazy.
Like every time I'm like, wait, we gon' make it. We gon' make it. Then another one is Count Me Out by Kendrick. Duh, my fave.
Okay.
Couldn't exclude him.
Yeah, actually, I was supposed to say I'm surprised I hadn't heard of Kendrick.
Exactly, right? No, but I feel like there's a part of me that really loves being an underdog. Because I know what I'm capable of, and I love to prove people wrong about what I can do and all that. So I feel like Count Me Out really describes like my ego and my hunger and my drive, but also like the vulnerable part of me,
Yeah.
So that's like one of my favorite Kendrick songs, actually, like ever.
Oh,
yeah,
that's cool. I didn't know other people also had like songs when they were feeling nervous
Got to
get them out of it, or
because otherwise I went and did a stand-up set yesterday, and just like trying out some new material, and I was like feeling so nervous because I'm like, I don't know these people, like I've never been to this comedy club. I'm like, what if they hate me and they're all friends? And like, so I was really like in my head about it, and I was just like, let Jadakiss and Styles
take
P
me away,
get me out of this and in my bag, and I had to focus. And the set actually was good. The material was pretty good. Yeah, so that was good.
Good. Yeah. My song is Go by Moneybagg Yo.
Okay. I don't think I've ever heard that one. I should add that to my like list.
That's it comes from that album from 2020. And like
he was
ever
really
since
on quite a run.
Yo.
In 2020.
It was
Okay.
But yeah. The last one that I had, again to show like fun side, I had Itty Bitty Piggy.
Love it.
Because I remember the first time I heard that song, I was like, yeah. And then when I got to college and all my friends also knew all the lyrics too, I was like, duh. Like this is what it is.
Literally, this is what it is. My last one, actually, so my last one is Everything is Everything by Lauryn Hill. And this this because I think recently, very recently, as in like the start of this year, I feel like I've just been trusting more in the universe and in God and in something unknown and unseen to lead me down a path in life, because I found that things continue to happen like unexpectedly and in ways I can't describe that kind of like make my path clearer. And I'm asking God for all these signs and for things to fall into place. I'm asking the universe to guide me. And this is the part of me that kind of just has learned through, struggles, is to roll with the punches and really let the universe guide me and give my troubles to like a higher power and just keep going, like I totally everything is everything. Okay.
Right.
After
There's only
winter,
so much I can control.
After winter must come spring. Okay. Change comes eventually. And I think for her to have been able to know that and say that and sing that and preach that at such a young age, man, I mean, it's just insane.
Yeah.
It's just insane. And it's really been a guiding force for me this year, is like,
that's a really
just
good one.
letting that go. I have a bonus one, WAP, because I've heard that on several occasions. So I believe it to be true. I have several who would argue.
I was expecting that to be on your list. I was like, I like this song, but I was like, I know Mariah's gonna put this on her.
I've heard it from several different men at this point. So, I gotta,
Eyewitnesses.
I gotta go. I mean, I ask the audience.
Ask
So clearly it's true. So
Oh my god. And here I was like, wow, everything is like a really great place to like
like
rap.
that. I couldn't end it like that.
Like that's so sweet.
I gotta
and,
be
like,
me. I gotta
yeah.
be me. Okay,
Anyway.
it did like that. Okay, should we do music Rex?
Yeah, we can do music
Okay.
Rex. Let me see.
I
Where
have
do
I have
want-
two actually.
Oh, you have two.
I have two.
Okay.
So my music Rex, because Ken the Man is trending on TikTok.
Mhm.
I want more people to get into Ken the Man. So my two are actually from her project that she dropped before this project. I don't remember the name of it, which is a problem.
Back to the 304 and
Back to 304 and correct. You're correct. So the songs Keep Going and Check In.
Okay.
Checking in and keep going.
I do like checking
those
in.
are probably I still listen to those. Like those are still in rotation for me for Ken the Man.
Yeah.
So those are my music Rex this week.
I'll also do a Ken the Man rec. I
Love
like
it.
Can You. Can You is one of like the unexpected songs that I really liked from the album.
Interesting. I haven't
and
returned
then-
to that one, but I think I'll download it so I can hear
Yeah,
it.
listen to it. And then I'll also say Get Your Freak On by Missy Elliott.
Why not? Right?
Well, okay, again, building out this like no skip wedding playlist songs.
Exactly.
I think that like I have songs in there that I want to be mixed.
Yes.
Like, and that's a good song to be mixed.
Yes, with a real good DJ.
Yeah.
A real good DJ. Absolutely. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody. If you made it all the way to the end of this episode, thank you so much for listening for 101 episodes, child.
101.
I don't know if you listened to all of them, but if you have, God be with you. We appreciate you. We love you. We love you. Happy Women's History Month. All the ladies and everybody in between. And we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Where My Girls At, a podcast about Black women in hip hop. Where My Girls At is produced and edited by Mariah Woods and hosted by Mariah Woods and Brianna LaRosliere. Follow us on Twitter at Where My Girls At 2, on Instagram at Where My Girls At _TH, and on TikTok at Where My Girls At Pod. See you next time.